dealing with what was transferred to you for years. So the flesh has got that thing so up in it that the flesh is not going to yield it. It's like the difference between gravity and aerodynamics. Gravity says what goes up must come down. But when you get an airplane moving at a certain speed with a certain thrust, it doesn't kill gravity, it overrides it. So that's why you can fly. What the Spirit does is override the flesh even when the flesh is still fleshy. So that raises a question. God has given the Spirit to everybody who comes to the cross. Jesus Christ broke the curse of the cross, so you are no longer under a curse. You may feel like you're under a curse. You may feel like mom and daddy has given you a curse. That's a lie. We just read Jesus Christ broke the curse. So don't ever talk about you being cursed again if you know Jesus Christ. The curse, the consequence of the law is broken. But the flesh is still there. And when the flesh wants to do its thing, he says, I want you to start walking. Now, how do you walk? You put one foot in front of the other. That's how you walk. You put one foot in front of the other. You walk and you walk. So walking means you're moving. Okay, you can't walk and not move. You're moving. Well, what is the movement that you're taking to get the Spirit to override the flesh? What's the movement? Here it is. At the point that the desire raises its head, the desire to cuss, the desire to turn on the computer, the desire to do whatever is outside of the will of God. At the moment the desire comes is when you move. See, a lot of us, we say a little prayer in the morning, and we think that covers the day. No, that covers the morning. Okay? That's all that covers. In fact, it covers a few minutes in the morning. All right? That's all that covers. You don't do that and say, I'm finished walking. That's not walking. Walking is continuous movement, right? One step after another. Those who walk in the Spirit, meaning every single time that desire comes up, you are to invite the Spirit's power to override it. So you are in movement with the Spirit whenever it comes up. And it's going to come up depending upon how deep you're into it. Whatever the addiction or the sin or the circumstance is, it's going to keep coming up. Lord, right now, I desire to do that which is outside of the will of God. But because you broke the curse on the cross, I now invoke the Holy Spirit to give me the ability right now to override. What you just did was walk in the Spirit. If it pops up an hour later, you walk an hour later. If it pops up 2 hours later, you take another step. If it comes 30 minutes later, you take another step. If it comes 10 minutes later, you take another step. So you learn to stay in stride with the Spirit, whose job it is to make the law come alive in your life and to do what the law cannot do, cannot fix it. He says, and when you do this, you're no longer under